A couple of people were asking, what do I do when I'm trying to get to my feet? So let's say I'm trying to get to my feet, and Richie just right away just keeps pushing me back down. How do I force my way to my feet? So the simple answer is you don't. In jiu-jitsu we don't force things, right? Generally speaking, we're trying to use nerd power, brain power to overcome somebody who's stronger than us. So if we're trying to force something, we're not really doing jiu-jitsu. And oddly enough, the seminar has been designed to give you a sequence, and that if what do I do here? That's the next part of the sequence. So the problem that we have here is I'm trying to get to my feet, but the lever to my hip is under his control, and nothing I do can address that force-wise. The only thing I can do is change the game so that rather than the lever to my hip being the operative thing, the lever to my knee is now the operative thing, and that is temporarily not under his control. So if I go like this and he starts to push me back down, I bring my foot across. That's one option. We're going to have another option in a second. It'll be kind of the last movement we do. But the best way to pass the 50-50 is to get this foot across and step it on the other person's hip, and then move into the leg drag position. So we're going to go over the details on that now. But, sort of a warning, if we're just sitting in 50-50 and battling it out, and I just try to put my foot here, he's just going to grab it and put it back across. Right? So this is a matter of timing. If I'm trying to get up, and he goes to whip me back down, I can time that a lot better. And you notice Richie kind of fell down because he didn't want me to kick him in the face. And that's kind of how it's going to happen some of the time. I'll be trying to get to my feet. Well, if we're in a competition scenario, and I want to get the hell out. What if I was fighting Husamar Palhares at ADCC, and he was trying to whip like, okay, Husamar, I don't want to kick you in the face. Let me try to get, no man, I'm going to kick you in the face, I'm going to run away. But yeah, if I'm getting to here and he's whipping me back down, I bring this, and I tuck my heel in. So I'm going to extend my body backwards, lift my heel up, turn my hip, rotate my knee inwards. And so this is the other problem. The way people often do it is they go like this, and because this is rotated out, just punching that leg back becomes very easy. If I turn my hip, now if you go to access that lever, it's a lot more difficult, and I can get to my base. So very small adjustments in angle make drastic differences if you understand where base comes from, what a lever is, and what a frame and post are. Like right now, this is just a big old lever. He can whip this right back. But if I went back and went like that, and immediately notice I put weight on it. Right. I'm using this hand for base. I'm pushing, I'm shifting my weight. Every time I shift forward, I can adjust my hand if I need to. I'm trying to make this leg as heavy as possible, and I'm covering his knee. So I'm trapping this lever, and I'm going to use that to come up on the leg drag.
That's to control my hip.
Yes. That's to control the lever of your hip, because if I start to get up like this, now we're going right back to guard. And I don't want to be in your guard, obviously. Here. Shift the weight forward. Into the leg drag. So however you get there, this is just an easy way to transition to it. As I start trying to get up, he whips me back, and I turn my knee. So I bring my leg way back behind him, trying to bring it as far away from his reach as possible. The more extended it is, the more of a lever it is, the more he brings it back to the side.
So not only are you shortening the lever, you're also bolstering the friction of the mat.
Exactly, and I'm pushing. I'm pushing with my left, and I'm actually pushing with the little bit that I can push with my leg here, and try to anchor my foot to the mat as much as possible. And then I'm bringing my hand across here. Exactly. And now I'm simply moving into my technical stand-up position, keeping your elbow trapped. I'm now going to transition. Let's turn this way. I'm now going to transition from my foot to my knee. And I want this leg over. I won't always be able to get it. One of the battles you're going to end up having here is you'll be in this position, inverted, yeah, whatever you want to call it. Basically like the leg drag position with the leg caught. And guys just latching onto this for dear life rather than trying to move. The solution for this is cross-face pressure and head start. And then you move into side control. All right? The solution is not trying to kick your leg free. That just doesn't work. So one more time. I tried to get up. He whipped me back down. I I immediately cover the lever-based hip. I get that leg as far behind me as possible. I don't know if you can see, but my foot on this side is also against his hip, so I'm trapping his hip in place. Because the one thing I'm trying to avoid right now mainly is that, but the other thing I'm trying to avoid is him just hip escaping and maybe going back to guard or going back to an outside heel hook on me, right? There are all kinds of potential options. So I just want to trap his hip in place. I don't want him hip escaping. I shift my weight, now I go to my knee. Making sure I've got good power generation here. If I stick my leg out really straight, I'm at the end of the range of motion, and I can't generate more. So I want a little bit of bend in my knee. And if you want to be really, really picky, your foot should be slightly sideways, so you can dig into the mat and push. This is fine. This is a little bit better. All right? I'm looking for cross-face pressure. If he were framing me out, I'm looking for arm triangle type stuff, but mostly I'm sprawling and looking to pass. Does anybody need to see that again?
I see it, bro.
Yeah, sure. Again, I'm trying to get up, he whips me back, leg goes back, so I'm turning my knee in, catching his hip. The more flexible you are here, the easier it is to get up. Sometimes you'll have to take a couple steps to do that. I get my knee to the mat, digging in. I try to find cross-face pressure. If you can't find cross-face pressure, it's okay. Like, let's say the guy's just doing a really good job of framing you. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just going to initiate and sprawl. And I should be able to pass right off of that anyway. As long as I keep going this way. The tendency people have, the way our mind works is, I want to go left. So I'm just going to force left. And it's not necessary. I just want to go farther, farther, farther to my right, and then windshield wiper across, move back to my left. It's kind of like if I'm stuck on a butterfly hook, right? Like, you've probably been in this position, like, yeah, I'm going to pass. No, you're not. But if you go this way, cover the legs, and you go back the other way, it's the same principle at work. Right? See that, Jack?